Well, hello. Got here an hour and a half ago to start a video, and then the phone rang, and off to the races we went. Hey, I'm the middle-aged minimalist. Good afternoon. I guess this will be Confessions Part 2, which I started and got interrupted. This thing about my job, which I love my job and I hate my job. So the cats rapidly come out of the bag. And this argument of what should I say and what shouldn't I, and okay, yeah, I'm in broadcasting, so what? Well, we're now in the height of here come all the awards from last year, and that's fine. And so yeah, I've been told that I won the CBA. I won another award, and this is now the third year in a row, and I've used the it wasn't a trick. I deliberately tanked. I didn't want to have to go through this. Now back it up 3 years. The year before the election, okay, election year. My category, because the election cycle was so charged, everyone was either hate Trump or for Trump or never Trump, or you couldn't go a segment without hearing the name. Well, my comment was that there was 1,001 other stories every week that you could cover. Why didn't you? And I did. Now, last year in my category, for some fluke, because this political cycle was so charged, my category, instead of, well, if you don't have enough entries, then you get dropped down. No. Now they've changed the bylaws because of me. We got bumped up. And I took an award in the metro market instead of a major market, which was fine. And now we're back to, well, no, they still count. Okay, well, so yeah, 3 majors or higher. All right. But again, I'm not going after social justice warriors. I'm actually covering really not. I mean, they're sick, corrupt, just horrible issues. So when it came time for submissions for at the end of last year, 2017 for this year, 2018 for the awards dinner, to say I tanked the awards is wrong. It's just I did it real straight. And I found out from my enemies, and enemies is the wrong word, but just, in broadcast, it's like wrestling, and people will tell you it's not, and I'm telling you it is. So take that for a deep breath, a grain of salt, and a shot of your choice in that order. But I just did it straight. I didn't do it as the character that I am in broadcasting, and I won again. And my enemies were the ones who called and woke me. Dude, you're not gonna. And work, where again at work, I'm a whole nightmare for them. The fact that you got 60 or 70 or 150 of these things, is kind of a red flag to management. But I get around them and they get around me, and we both pretend to ignore and like each other, I guess. I have a decent relationship with my owner, the owner of the media outlet of which I'm with, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very lucky. But back to this minimalism thing. So I'd already known last November, December. I'm done. I'm spent. 2016. That's enough elections. I've been doing this since '85. So that was the whole concept now for what you see. And now the phone call I just got done having is not a good phone call. I've got to go figure out how to plug a big hole. But so work. I'm going to go to this thing this year. So 3 years ago, I just ran up on stage, grabbed it, and left. Last year, I didn't. I went. But because of the politics of it, my protest by silence was when they called my name, I didn't stand up. let alone go up and get. I just ignore. And oh, and I had deliberately moved tables, so where they were assuming that I would be, I wasn't. I was with enemies. I was with other friends and sitting with them and hiding because we know when they're going to do the categories. So this year, and it's always goes the same way every year. TV does radio, radio does TV. So, and this just is, oh God. Okay, this is not a political YouTube channel at all. But the presenter this year is a CNN bro. Oh my God, they've been writing. They were already told me before they announced who the speaker was. You have to give a speech after this. I don't want to do these things. You're going to have to. Now that this was all done, now it's damage control because we go, oh no, this is going to be fun. I know. I've got movement in my finger, but I can't articulate my wrist. I'll figure it out. So I have to go. And that's another 500 I don't have. Well, I'll figure it out. I got a week. And then the phone call I just got was dropped another $7.95. Okay, well, again, I guess the on the other side of instead of minimalizing, the bigger the entity I'm a part of now becomes, just the more, you know, in the old days were low peaks and now they're just higher peaks and valleys. And I guess that's just going to be what this ride will be. But so back to the minimalism thing. It is 70 degrees here. It is March 4th. It is 2018. It's Denver, Colorado. It's warmer here than in Daytona Beach right now, and it has been since Friday. We have a little bit of weather in theory tonight, overnight, chance of rain in the 40s, but then we're supposed to be great weather all week. So with my claw thing, yes, I can articulate my fingers, but I can't. I mean, I have very little movement in my wrist. But I'm going to continue the hot and cold because it's 1,000 times better than it was. So I'm going to get a couple, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm going to have some friends help me, and this move will be completed before I have to go down to Denver. I'm sorry, and again, the dark side of the moon is on the dark side of the moon of Denver. But the dinner's downtown, so got to go downtown and... you know, that's a whole nother, because they're all, I'm going to tell them now. We'll have just shy of a couple dozen videos now before next week as I fill this thing. And then go down and tell my friends of 20 plus years here, although I've been doing, as I said, 34 in October. But I've been very lucky. I've been in the same market now for pushing 25 years. And I don't want to cross those streams and blow it, but there's just some things I wanted to get out, and now I feel really better because by the time these do get out, the event will have already happened. For close personal friends, yeah, I did. I did the sheriff bit, and I just ran it dry. I didn't do anything in it. And I won. Which really begs the question now for my job, but that's neither here nor there for the middle-aged minimalist. The next videos you're going to see are stuff's moving in and how am I packing it. I'll probably do a walkthrough first with you and show you, here are the cupboards, here's this, here's that, here's tricks, here's that. But I hope you enjoy the videos. Comment on them. I've seen now a few comments, so I'm going to go back and figure out how I can comment back at you. Thanks. If there's questions you have about things I'm learning or things you've learned to help me move, boy, I'd love those. So yeah, follow me here on the Middle-Aged Minimalist and from the dark side of the moon. Until we see each other again. Keep on minimaling on, I guess. I don't have a tagline. Wasn't planning on doing it this way.